So what do you do when after years of meticulously crafting a roster pays off and you win the Stanley Cup? You look to do it again. I talked about it in a recent Chicago episode, but I am in the middle of updating the rosters after the regular season's over one way or another from the looks of it. So we have another 2 to 3 seasons worth of time here in Los Angeles before we look to begin a new series. So what better time, of course, really, to go for it again with this team after one hell of a run. We talked about it a lot at the end of the last episode. That season is over and done with. We shift our focus to the task at hand, and I think we're going to have a lot to get to today, so let's get down to business. First and foremost, upcoming free agents. We talked about this. Turcotte, Genther, Savoie, Dunn, Van Katterson. There are some big names. I do want to start off with the goaltender. And Kalanos, after that performance and what he was able to do, yeah, he's earned a spot. He's earned a chance to come back. We'll see what he's looking for here. And the answer is not much. I'm going to drop that down to a one-way deal, or to a one-year deal, I should say. You can keep in mind I'm only allowed to edit the years by one increment. So we'll do that so he's still an RFA, and hopefully he doesn't go up to a starter goalie so he can actually still be our backup next year. Francouz and Tokarski are obviously going to go. Defensively, I don't know what I'm going to do with Dunn and Phillips yet. I'm going to pay attention to the RFAs first. Van Allen is an obvious shout to re-sign. We'll go with the 2 years there. Durzi, Hamonic, and Allen are going to be dropped. That brings us to the forwards. First and foremost, Alex Turcotte. What are you looking for? Oh, God. Alex Turcotte's looking for a one-year deal. Which means at most I can sign him for 2 years and then he gets to potentially be a UFA and make big boy money. There is right now a legitimate question as to whether or not we bring back Alex Turcotte. It might be for the best to just let him go as an RFA, or potentially trade him at the upcoming draft. I could only guarantee myself 2 more years of Alex Turcotte, max. And then from there, we don't know, and we might lose him for nothing. So that's the question. If we have 2 to 3 seasons left, do we sign Turcotte and potentially risk losing him at the end of next season? Or, if we're not a playoff team and we build up for one last hurrah, if we lose someone like Turcotte, could it work out? What's Dylan Genther looking for? Genther, whew. Now the good thing is I can drop that down to 3 years and hopefully 85% trick it. So Genther's not as bad. Savoie, I could get him down to RFA status too. So Savoie would be 2 years, Genther would be 3 years, and Turcotte at 2 years. I could guarantee myself 2 more years of that top line. Or we could see what we could get in return for them. Let's talk to Van Katterson next, and he's going to be similar. He's at 2 years, and then from there it kind of picks up. So right now, out of the gates in this episode, I said we probably had a lot to get to, and then we were starting things off with a bang. There is already the decision to be made. Turcotte, Genther, Savoie. Keep, potentially lose for nothing down the road. Trade, or let them go to free agency as RFAs and see how many picks we can get back in return. That is an interesting proposition. But I think, just for the fact that we have limited time left in this series, we need to try and re-sign them. We have to try. It's our top line. So we are going to try to re-sign Alex Turcotte to a 2-year deal. It's the most I'm allowed to sign him to as an RFA. We don't have to worry about no movements or no trades or anything like that. Despite winning with the challenge, rules in place, I'm still going to try to stick to them. Maybe if there's like a time constraint or something, I might break a rule here or there. But, obviously we showed with those rules applied that we can win. I'm not about completely bailing on the series, but we'll see what goes down. So 8.5 should work for Genther, which would be a great contract. And Matthew Savoie would have to be 2 years, 9,225. we would drop that down to 785. So 3 really good contracts if they sign them. Hopefully they do. We should be okay. I'm going to send Van Kadishin out that offer too. It was going to be a 2-year deal, $6.3 million. 85% trick gets that to 5375. Technically it would have been 5355, but obviously we can't do that exact number. Fogamo, I don't think he was ever going to make it, was he? That attribute, no. He's never going to make it. The puck steals category is great, but everything else, just it's not up to snuff to be a great player for us. Anze, of course, we're going to look to bring back. He wants a 1-year deal. I'm still going to try to 85% trick this because every penny could count at this point. But obviously, we're bringing back our captain. I have a feeling he's going to retire, obviously, but we'll see if that happens. And then everybody else I'm not that concerned about right now. Aiden Dudas. I mean, yeah, good shot, but never really going to be a great NHLer with that attribute spread. Or a great NHLer. Then there was the Anders Lee contract. Bohinski? Former 3rd-round pick. We can sign Bohinski. Bring him back just as a body. Cool beans. Okay, so let's see what happens with those deals, and then hopefully we're full steam ahead to the draft. We'll see what happens from there. So $99 million is the maximum salary cap. Let's see what we have. That's weird that it's showing Montreal. Brandon Kalanos. Welcome back. The Stanley Cup hero. Anze Kopitar is back. Mohamed Bohinski signs. Van Allen signs. Uh-oh. You must be joking if you think I'm going to extend my contract. Matt Savoy rejects. Can I send you another... can we... Oh, God. How many times have we seen a player get offended by a contract offer but still be willing to sign? Matt Savoy is no longer willing to sign with us. And by the rules of this series... Oh, my God, we just lost Matt Savoy. Oh, my God. Well, no, I mean, I guess we didn't technically lose him. Like, I could let him go to free agency under an offer sheet and then just sign him to the deal, but I wouldn't have any control of what the deal's gonna... We just lost Matt Savoy. Oh, my God. So I either sign him to a contract, whatever it be, or we have to trade Savoy or get compensation from him as a free agent. Oh, my God. If he got offended by the 85% trick, what's going to happen with the other 3? I'm afraid to hit A. Oh, God. Please don't let anybody else get offended. Oh, my God. We might have just lost Alex Turcotte. We might have just lost Dylan Genther. Van Kadishin signs. Please don't be no's. Please. Oh my God, you have to be kidding me. So Turcotte didn't get offended, but he's not willing to take the 85%. Both Genther and Savoy are no longer willing to sign with me. And by the rules of the series, that means... I can't send them a contract offer. Remember when I said it's a good thing we won the cup because our window, having to pay people? Yeah, our window might be closed already. Savoy and Genther won out. Oh my God. What the hell just happened? So that means, again, if I want to keep them, I have to match whatever offer they would get on an offer sheet. Otherwise, we trade them or take the compensation for them. We just lost Dylan Genther and Matthew Savoy. And Alex Turcotte isn't willing to sign a team-friendly deal. I could only get him for 2 years at the most, and then he's probably going to bounce too. So we just won the Stanley Cup, but there is a chance that our young forward group of Turcotte, Genther, and Savoy are all about to leave the team. Holy shit. And we still have to find out what the hell we're doing with Vince Dunn, who wants 6 by 6.5. Okay. It's a good thing we won the Stanley Cup in the last episode, because this team is about to fall apart. I don't think I can sign anybody else until I know for sure. I just realized Fog of War is off too. You know, fuck it. Let's leave Fog of War off at this point. It's fine. At least for the draft. Because this is going to be a very important draft, because we might lose our big three. What the hell just happened? Draft lottery. We had the 14th pick thanks to Ottawa. I didn't even remember that we had Ottawa's first round pick, but that's pretty cool. So then, oh God. After all this, is Anze going to retire on me now? Oh my God. Well, I can't be upset that Anze Kopitar retired as captain. Sidney Crosby, Patrick Kane also retire. Anze, thank you. You got to go out as a Stanley Cup champion. That's amazing. So obviously the new contract he just signed is null and void. But what the hell? What the hell are we going to do here? Is Anze going to become a staff member, by the way? No. Erik Karlsson becomes a coach. Crosby becomes a scout. Oh, boy. I think I said Erik Karlsson over Anze Kopitar. I don't even know. Draft interviews I can't do. So, okay, let's recap. Because I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Anze Kopitar just retired. And there is a very good chance we're going to lose Dylan Genther, Matt Savoy, and Alex Turcotte in one foul swoop. Let's go to the draft, shall we? It's going to be a fun time. Oh, God. All right. Here. Hey, Montreal. Ooh. Montreal wants to trade the number 2 pick. Colorado. Ooh. How many draft picks do we have? I mean, number 1, I do have to move a 3rd round pick because of our failure this past season, not having a winning record against the California teams. The good thing is here, Turcotte, Savoy, and Genther all retain their value. Okay, so this pick from Pittsburgh, let's do that right now because I normally forget. Let's move these picks. Who's interested? Winnipeg. So there we go. We're going to send Winnipeg a free 3rd round pick. Congratulations. So aside from that, we now have 2 firsts, a 2nd. From there, we're good. I have to move an extra 7th. So goalie-wise, see Hart's value. Tremblay has decent value, but he's not good. He's never really going to make it. Defensively, of course, Dunn's value right now is down because he's not under contract. And then forward-wise, Anderson, Dolan, follow Madden, all have decent value. Ooh. We could probably use Alex Iafallo to get that Montreal pick, right? I mean, I was thinking Anderson Dolan when I saw that, but Iafallo makes more money. He's older. He's been here for a long time. Because the second I saw that pick was available, I'm like, oh, one of our dudes. But we have that extra 1st round pick. If we were to use Alex Iafallo, not that I want to get rid of him. He's been pretty damn good for us. But if we were to use Iafallo and a 1st, I think I could snag. Can I do that? Or am I going to have to use somebody more valuable? Montreal, let's talk really quickly because I do have the ability to trade up and I want to use it if I can. That 2nd overall pick would be delightful. So let's see if we have Iafallo. I'd want to tack on the extra 7th here because I can't use it anyway. As it is, let's see if we can use this pick here. I'd have to add somebody to the deal for their side, I think that said. I don't know, I kind of skipped over it quickly. Do you have any veterans? Ta-ta! Ooh, Dzingel, perfect. He's expensive too. So, Iafallo, the 18th pick, and a 7th. This would be our trade up. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I'd still have to get rid of the 6th and the 7th, but that's okay. Will this go through? Because that'd be a pretty decent deal. You know, I'm not complaining. We just acquired the 2nd overall pick by moving Alex Iafallo. Okay, what is this episode? We just traded Iafallo in the 18th overall pick for the 2nd overall pick. I'm probably losing my entire top line. What the hell is happening? Anze retired. O'Byrne goes number 1 overall. Zach O'Byrne, 6'2". Oh, 6'2" playmaker. Hello, Kevin Hayes. Ooh, that means this might not have been the best draft to trade up in. Who's available? Hickey, Leidecker, Drury, and Churin. Churin. Well, we do kind of need a defenseman more than we need a forward. Although one could argue we're about to need a forward. So Philip Churin, 12 points, -3. Mauricio Drury, damn, 74 points, 16 penalty minutes, a -4 at 17. Joey Leidecker, good point total as well, 23 penalty minutes, plus player at 18. Hickey as well, ooh, 60 pims, no thank you. Okay, so like Leidecker, Drury, I'd probably prefer Drury over Leidecker. Simply, like, you know, Mauricio Drury's a weird name, but, you know, he's younger. Good point total, fewer penalty minutes. The plus-minus isn't as good, but he might have been on a worse team. Or we could go for Churin. Let's see. One's a righty, one's a lefty. Does that matter? What is God, I'm blanking on his name. Anisimov. Because if we were to set up a power play, could we not use someone of the opposite-handedness? Okay, so Anisimov's a lefty. So it's like you have someone on the right and then Anisimov on the left, but see, that's the issue with Anisimov. He's a defensive defenseman. So either one of those two would be pretty good. And by those two, I mean Leidecker or Drury. Let's go for Drury. I mean, he's the same handedness, but he's a year younger than Leidecker. And for that reason, I think we got to take advantage. So thanks to Alex Turcotte, but Alex Iafallo and the 18th overall pick, let's get Canadian Mauricio Drury, who is, it's not bad. 80 overall, medium elite at 17. It's pretty damn good. So Mauricio, welcome aboard. Now, the question is, what the hell am I going to do about Turcotte, Savoy, and Genther? Like, are there any trade options? Danton, Heinen are okay. Well, clearly we're not trading them then. At least if I'm to do it through the trade finder, if that's what Dylan Genther's getting for a damn offer. Wow, okay, apparently nobody wants these guys. I think we're going to have to wait until free agency and have them be qualified and see what happens, and that's horrifying. That is absolutely horrifying. How the hell are we going to get fair value for these guys? 2 of them I'm literally not even allowed to sign. What the hell is happening? Okay. Let's assess this. Oh, okay, so that's why Christian Dvorak's value is through the roof right now. We have 2 of our top players who don't want to re-sign here. The other is willing to re-sign, but will only sign a short-term deal because he wants big-time money and probably doesn't want to stay here. Which means I am screwed. So with that said, I think from the looks of it, we have to go to free agency and see if these guys get offers, because there is nobody that I would even want to attempt to try and trade for. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see how this goes down for our top 3 players. By the way, Carl Grundstrom, I'd love to try and trade you right now. I don't know if I can. You might be the best player left on the team by the time this is all said and done. So Let's sim to our next pick, I guess. 14th overall. Who else went? Ooh, Detroit. Oh, thank God we didn't go for Hickey. Oh, my God. That dude was projected top 5. Really? Man, Churin went outside the top 5. Holy shit. Seidenberg's really good. Maki's really good. Kavanaugh. Oh, my God. Well, better Detroit than me because, good Lord, that could have been brutal. That leaves us, so again, obviously in terms of, okay, the position-wise, like we have a defenseman. Now it's, what are we going to go for next? And obviously here it's going to be a forward. Just a matter of who. So, Gugna. The Gugnaut. We're calling him Gugnaut. You can't stop me. LeClaire is 17. Ali Almond. I know it's Almond, but Ali Almond, it's just, it's too good. Oh, God. So, Manny McGinn is 17. Woo. 35 goals, 38 assists. I like it. I like it. LeClaire, 6'4", 19 goals, 35 assists, but 52 penalty minutes. He's got to be a power forward. And then there's Mario Gugnaut. Also up there on the penalty minutes at 17. The penalty minutes are a pretty big thing for me. McGinn was up there, though, too, with 42. But McGinn's point totals are pretty impressive, even though it was C- competition. It was a C for LeClaire and a C for the Goog. So, let's see. So, Goog has dropped a bit in the standings. Clements is a big riser, as is Whitaker. But I thought it was Isaac for a second. Ian Clements has shot up the rankings lately. Interesting. Now, he's not at 17. By the way, the other defenseman that was there was also the same thing, 80 overall, medium elite. So, interesting. Honestly, I might go for Clements. I like the fact that he was previously ranked 22 and now he's 15th. I'm going to risk it. Let's go for Ian Clements here. Please be good. Yes. Now, he is only a 63. But we just sniped a medium elite. Let's go. Oh, that's a huge pickup right there. Our next pick is 45th. But that is huge. Who else do we have? Who else was available? The Goog. Not as good. LeClaire wasn't as good. Dude, there's some weird potentials in this draft. Whitaker. Oh my God, we nailed that draft pick. We nailed that draft pick. Not even close. We knocked it out of the damn park. Whew. Good stuff. Now the quality is dipped. Oh my God. Colorado, congratulations. Per Gunnarsson. A winner is you. That is a hell of a pickup for you. Norinen for Tampa, the pick before. All right, who do we have? We have Quincy Cornet. So anybody else who's really rised up the charts? Not really. We have Serge Gosselin, 6'5", monster on skates. There's Sylvain Boisclair. Another monster on skates. Aiden Walensky. Good old Walensky. Avery Fata. Hello, Mata. Hello, Fata. Russell Advocator. And Henrik Jorgen von Strangle. So, I mean, we've taken a defenseman, we've taken a right wing. So it's either going to be either Cornet, Boisclair, or Jorgen von Strangle. And I think now that I've equated the Swede to Jorgen von Strangle, it has to be Mr. von Strangle. Although 53 points there. I mean, the point total is very impressive for Sylvain. He is also a monster on skates. Let's go for the monster on skates. Sylvain, welcome aboard. Yes. Oh my God, what a draft this is right now. Medium top 6, 64 overall. You'll love to see it. Next up is 94th. So again, we missed out on the third round. I'm not allowed to trade up again anyway. Oof, Boma. Wonder how many good players we missed. I'm at least going to go back to the second round here and see who I could have had. Ooh, low elite. Medium 6, but lower overall. You know, it would have been tough. Ooh, if we took Jorgen von Strangle, it would have been rough. It would have been pretty tough, though, overall, to kind of screw that up. So we have a center, a right wing, and a defenseman. So Adamski would be nice, or one of the defensemen. So we had to have Trey Zanetti, who's 6'4", Marco Heino, who's 6'3", Andre Jaffrey, who's an overager, or Adamski, Rick Adamski, 17 years old. So Adamski has dropped in scouting ranks lately, but we have seen improvement from Jaffrey, but he's an overager. And we have seen improvement from Zanetti, from the Chicoutimi side of things. Again, not that the center in Hunter Staples isn't eligible. I do like that he's gone up the rankings, but that would be our free pick, and it's dangerous to use our free pick here. So because of that, we are going to take the defenseman, Trey Zanetti. I don't have a very good feeling about this. Yeah, he's not that good. I was right to not have a good feeling about it. So we need a left wing, a goalie, and then we have our free pick. So we're here at the end of the 4th round. Let's see who we got. So no goalie. So we had to use the free pick, or we take either Cameron Stevenson, the 19-year-old, or Camden Bilesma. And obviously it's probably going to be Bilesma. He's actually looked pretty good, too, in terms of going up the rankings. So let's just make this easy. Shout out to Mika Zibanejad and Ryan McDonough. Let's take Bilesma. And that way we have a goalie pick and a free pick. He was a medium bottom 6. Ugh. So next up, 5th round. This has still been a really good draft for us. Those first 3 picks, again, home runs. So we have a need for a goaltender and a free pick. So we're going to use our free pick here. We have Peyton Nolan, overager though. Huge jump from Ian Wyman in terms of the charts. Ilonen as well. So it's either going to be Ilonen or Wyman. And let's go for Wyman from Gatineau. Let's go for Ian Wyman. He'll be our free pick, which means we're taking a goalie. Wyman's not that good. All right, final pick of the draft. Later on here in the 5th round, it is going to be, who is the top goaltender? No matter who it is, it's who we take. It is Blugis, Christopher Blugis. He is not good, probably. He's only 5'11", undersized. And yeah, medium backup. Okay, so we're out of this draft. Still only the 7 picks per. And of course, we had to get rid of a 3rd rounder. So the big news of this draft is that we went out and acquired the 2nd overall pick, thanks to Montreal, in exchange for an 18th overall pick in Alex Turcotte. And, I mean, we nailed the pick for sure. It would have been difficult to screw it up. But outside of that, now we have to wonder what's about to happen with our big 3, who are about to go to free agency as restricted free agents, and I don't really have a way to stop that. I mean, I know Turcotte isn't set up or guaranteed to be a restricted free agent, but yeah, things are about to change here. So Francis and Tokarski, and not to mention Anze Kopitar retired. And if I want to keep Vince Dunn, I have to give him a boatload of money. Who are pending free agents? Because there might be someone I want to give money to more than Vince Dunn. Like Connor McDavid. If Connor McDavid's a free agent, I have to go for it. Brandstrom, Byram. Oh my God. Brandstrom, Byram, Werenski, Chikrin, Jokiharju, Cholowski, Dumba at 31. I mean, I really like Vince Dunn at 29 years old, and I want to keep him. But there are players out there that might be worth throwing money to more than him. I'm going to send Vince Dunn the 85% trick. If it works, cool, because we'll save plenty of money. But keep in mind, I would also have to... oh boy, let's go 4 years instead of 5, because then I'd have to stay loyal for 2 years minimum instead of anything more. So if he's willing to accept the 85% trick at 5,625, I'll keep him. Otherwise, we're gonna see what happens. And then Phillips, I'm cool with keeping, or at least trying to. And we'll send him a 1-year deal. The good thing is he is not going to be eligible for a no trade or a no movement. So 1025 for Marcus. So all expiring. Again, Dursey, Hamonic, and Allen are going to go. Savoy, I can't send a deal to. Matt Luff. If Matt Luff is willing to sign a cheaper contract on 85%, I'm willing to keep him. 1275. Leeson's gone. Corrali's gone. Corrali wasn't bad for us, but he's going to go. Left wings, Genther. I don't know. Dzingel, we're obviously going to drop. Austin Wagner kind of, lit a pile of money on fire at certain points this season, but I do like him for the fourth line. If he's willing to sign for 1175, that would be a good bit of business for us. Fogelman's going to go. Perhorkin's going to go. Shafagulin's going to go. Turcotte, I don't know yet. True is gone. Dudas is gone. Vandenbush will sign his ELC. Let's see what happens, shall we? This ever-evolving situation where all I can think to myself is, thank God we won the cup. Here we go. Wagner's back. Dunn signs off the 85% trick. Matt Luff is back. Phillips is back. So Vince Dunn just signed an incredibly team-friendly deal. So for me, it doesn't matter that, he's going to have a no movement, I believe. I hear recently signed. Okay, it's not going to pop up because it's going to be weird. So Vince Dunn is, again, 2 years no movement. So now the question is the last 2 years. So we, for the first time in a while, I actually got to set up ye old wheel because it's happening. We get to see whether or not Vince Dunn is free after 1 year. I'll explain the full thing here in a second. So here we go. Let's spin said wheel, right? So here's the deal. If it lands on a 0, we're good to go, right? If it lands on a 1 or a 2, we have to stay loyal for either 3 out of the 4 years or all 4 years. We need a good spin here. Please be a 0. Oh, thank God something went my way today. Okay, so we only have to stay loyal to Vince Dunn for 2 out of 4 years. Basically the same thing that happened with Carl Grundstrom, where we got very lucky. So Vince Dunn will be here for the next 2 years minimum. After that, I have full freedom to get rid of him if I want to. That said, and looking here, Francouz is gone. Tokarski is gone. Goalie is now a Hart, Kalanos, Manderville, Twamainen, Tremblay, and Parker. So goalie-wise, we're set. We literally don't need another goalie right now. We have our 6. Defensively, it is gonna have to we're probably gonna have to sign Drury from the looks of it. But Hamonic, Hamonic's gonna go. Sean Dursey is gonna go for now. We'll look to potentially sign somebody else. Allen is also going to be dropped. Right wings, obviously we know we're going to qualify Savoy. Leeson is out. Sean Corrali is out. A coin can be signed. Let's see. Former 3rd round pick in 2024. Go ahead and sign a coin. Houston is obviously terrible. 6th round pick in that same draft. He's going to be cut. Left wings. Dzingel, obviously going to go. Fogamo, already talked about it. He's going to go. Perhorkin and Shafagulin are going to go. Skinner is going to be dropped. 5th round pick Dylan Skinner. The 2024 draft doesn't exactly pan out. And then Alex True can be cut. Dudas can be cut. Vandenbush is certainly going to be signed. Former 9th overall pick, Shannon Vandenbush. A real hockey guy, that's Shannon. Anders Lee is going to be dropped. And with that, It's just what happens with the big boys is we have a shit ton of cap space. Turcotte, qualified. Genther, qualified. Savoy, qualified. This is one of the worst situations imaginable. Vandenbush signs, Aucoin signs. We are going to free agency with Turcotte, Genther, and Savoy potentially leaving this team. We're going to have all the cap space in the world to make a play on free agents, which is a dangerous game. But this is one of the most perilous situations I've ever seen, thanks to the rules we have implemented about not signing players if they don't want to sign here. It's why we lost Matt Luff, but we're able to bring him back, thankfully. I bet Matt Luff's happy he ended up signing with the team, considering he went on to win a Stanley Cup this past year. As I'll handle the scouts afterwards because they're not as important, obviously. Especially if Fog of Warzov scouts are completely irrelevant. Let's sim to free agency. And we're going to see what happens with those three. As Jansevsky has declined, so we're going to have to get a new goalie option. A new NHL goalie coach. So here we go. Free agency. Who is available? McDavid. Damn it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Genther, Savoy, and Turcotte are all looking for over $10 million. If they sign with somebody, I'm in the money. If they sign with me, say goodbye to all of my money. There is a very strong chance that they could end up sitting out for the year. Goalie-wise, there's nothing I can do, right? There's nothing I can do. We know we don't need anybody there. And prospect-wise, there is this Moss guy, but obviously I don't have room for any other goalies. Defensively, I mean, there is this low elite in Mink, but he's terrible. And obviously we have Fog of War off for the first time. Let me know if you think it should be back on. But I do have the ability to throw money Zach Werenski's way or Dennis Cholowski. Either one of those two could be decent signings. I mean, shit, adding Zach Werenski to this defensive core could be pretty good. But then the question is, forward-wise, what the hell happens with our big three? As Zibanejad and Panarin are both a bit too old at this point. Eli Tolvanen is there. Brett Howden. You got the cheat code and Kravtsov, who I really don't want to use again. But just looking at our roster, I mean, we have $38 million, right? The question is, what happens with the big three? And I mean, if we look at the team, goalie-wise, we should be fine with Hart and Kalanos. Defensively, we're looking at Dunn, Clague, Anisimov, Bjorn Fott, and then probably Marsh and Phillips again. But if we bring in Werenski, you know, that gives us the ability to move on from somebody. You know, Bjorn Fott, Clague, obviously Dunn and Anisimov aren't going anywhere. And then Drury could be signed this year or not. And then forward-wise, I mean, we still have Grundstrom, Kapari, Van Kadishin, Anderson, Dolan, Madden. And then it really falls apart. You know, like Curry, Powell, then Wagner left on the fourth line. So it is going to be very interesting to see what happens here. And you're damn right I'm going to make you wait to find out. Let me know what you think of what this episode's been. Because, good God, I will see you all in the next one. The dynasty might be over as soon as it began.